Good morning, dear students. The screen is shared to you. So the task that I gave you yesterday, I asked you to write till the position of H. I hope you have written and you have practiced drawing the diagram. I hope so. With the hope, I'll move ahead today, okay? Slutsky theorem. Till Slutsky theorem, I told you to write and draw the diagram on your own so that you practice how to draw these types of diagrams, okay? So till Slutsky theorem, I told you to ask. With the hope that you have written, I'll move ahead today, okay? So till now we have learned what is the substitution effect and what is price effect. Okay, first we had learned what is price effect. If price of a good decreases, then quantity purchased of it will increase. Thus the purchasing power of the consumer will increase, his budget line will shift. Then we were saying that no, forcefully with the use of compensating variation in income will bring down the budget line by making it in a parallel form to the new budget line formed, and this parallel budget line will be also a tangent to the previous indifference curve, because we are saying that the purchasing power will not change, but he will buy a little bit more quantity of X which he will substitute with Y. Okay, indifference curve will remain same, but he will substitute X, and it's not that he will spend all his increased income due to this reduction in price of the good X. Rather, what he will do is he will not spend all his money, but he will substitute good X for good Y, because the price of good X has fallen down. That was substitution effect. Today we will see what is income effect. Okay, so that concept of the relationship being an inverse one, that relationship of the substitution effect or the effect of substitution posing an inverse relationship on the change in the price of a good was based on the theorem of Slutsky, which was named after the economist Slutsky, who has first stated that in relation to the law of demand. He has stated that. Okay, that's why this theorem has been named as Slutsky theorem after his name. All right. Now we will move ahead with the concept of income effect. Now this diagram doesn't stand for the explanation which I am saying now. Okay, this diagram is for a different type of good. This is for an inferior good that we will do also after we finish normal good. Okay, so this diagram, actually this is an uploaded material, no? So this mismatch of the diagram with the explanation has occurred, but the explanation that we will do today for identifying the income effect is for this diagram only. The heading you can see, normal good. For this diagram only, the explanation we will do today further in order to isolate the income effect from the price effect. So we have done two things. We have identified price effect and we have isolated substitution effect. Today we will isolate the income effect from this overall effects that we have already identified. In order to isolate the income effect now from the price effect was the first effect, okay, that due to which the budget line shifted. All right, so in order to isolate the income effect from the price effect, now return the income which was taken away from the consumer, so that he goes back to the budget line PQ1 and is again in equilibrium at the point T on the curve I2. Now what we are doing, in order to isolate the income effect, we will now return the income and will again take the consumer back to the budget line PQ1. Okay, so we are taking the consumer back to the increased or enhanced budget line due to fall in price of X. That is PQ1 I am saying, not PQ. Okay, I am saying PQ1. Now we will force the consumer to go back to I2. We will give him back the income, the increased income. All right. So now he is in the indifference curve I2 and his equilibrium point is what? Tell me, what is his equilibrium point now? If he is forced back to I2 and forced back to PQ1, what is the point of equilibrium for him now? Tell me, what is the point of equilibrium for the consumer now? If he is taken back to PQ1, then what is the point of equilibrium for him now? No one knows the answer. How this point of equilibrium? Yes.
T.
T. Yes. Very good. Who is this?
Ma'am Himani Agrawal.
Himani Agarwal. Okay, very good, Himani. The point of equilibrium is T. It's very simple. The tangent point at which this budget line is touching the indifference curve I2 is the point of equilibrium, isn't it? Very good, Himani. Okay, so T is the point. Consumer is again brought back to the point T now on the curve I2. This movement from the point H on the lower indifference curve I1 to the point T on the high indifference curve I2 is the income effect of the fall in price of good X. Now, let us point out H and T. Where is H and T? H was the C. Previously, we were at H, no? At equilibrium point when we drew a parallel line, parallel budget line MN to PQ1, we were at H. Now, when we are forcing the consumer back to the enhanced income indifference curve, that is I2, we are saying that the consumer is back to T now. Now, this movement from H to T is nothing but your income effect of the consumer. Understood? This movement from H to T is the income effect. Or if you draw a perpendicular on the x-axis, this point D to E is the income effect. Understood? So what is it? Price effect is B to D. Substitution effect is price effect is B to E. Substitution effect is B to D. And income effect is D to E. Or you can say it other way also by taking R, H and T. All right. So now the consumer is at T and we have said that the income effect is nothing but the movement from the point H to the point T. By the, just a second. So now by the method of compensating variation in income, the real income of the consumer has increased as a result of the fall in the price of X. Now we are stating the common theorem that the real income of the consumer has actually increased because the price of X has fallen, because now he can buy more amount of X and Y. That's what we are saying. The consumer purchases more of this cheaper good X, thus moving on the horizontal axis from D to E. This is the income effect of the fall in price of a normal good X. The income effect with respect to the price change for a normal good is negative. Okay, so it is similar to substitution effect. Income effect will also be negative because you saw that when the price of X has fallen, there is a shift in the quantity purchased of X and it increased. So if it is increasing, that income effect is also increasing. So that income effect is more, right? Income effect states that the consumer will purchase more of X now. So price falling, purchasing more. Price increasing, purchasing less. That's the phenomenon. That's why it is said that the income effect due to the fall in price of a normal good X is also a negative one. Okay. In the above case, the fall in the price of good X has increased the quantity demanded by DE via the increase in the real income of the consumer. Thus, the negative income effect DE of the fall in the price of good X strengthens the negative substitution effect BD for the normal goods, so that the total price effect DE is also negative. So that there is an enhancement, okay, there is an enhancement and strengthening of the substitution effect due to this negative income effect. And thus the total price effect is also becoming negative. Total price effect means the previous shift due to the original fall in price, the previous shift from PQ to PQ1 that we had identified now. So that is becoming negative because both substitution and income effects are negative. That's why price effect also has to be a negative one. That is, a fall in the price of a good has led on both counts to the increase in the quantity demanded by DU. Now this Slutsky equation, no, this is a little bit confusing when it's a mistake also. So I'll give you separately. Slutsky equation I'll give you separately. Okay, don't write this part. And today's task will be to write this paragraph from to isolate till normal good is negative. Till this point you will write. Till only this paragraph you will write. This last paragraph no need to write. I'll give you the Slutsky equation separately. Okay. So is there any doubt in it? Is there any doubt? Do not draw these dotted lines, okay? You will be confused. These dotted lines, no need to draw. This has been drawn in order to plot the perpendicular. No need to draw this PCC, ICC. Those has not been explained by you. MN compensating, budget line, you will write. Income effect, you will write. Substitution effect, you will write. And price effect, you will write. You will not write this ICC and PCC, okay? This has not been explained so far, so you will not draw those two lines also. And you will finish off this last paragraph today, okay? That is your home task. Shall I do inferior good or shall I do it tomorrow? You are not having classes, no, with anyone else today?
No, ma'am.
Rudra sir also is not taking classes. Patrick sir, Anirban sir and Rupam sir will not take class. What about Rudra sir? Rudra sir is taking classes?
No, ma'am.
No, only I am taking classes today.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. তুমি ক্লাসে বসো যাও. Okay, so then I will not also pressurize you much. Actually, today we are having trainings. Since this concept was half done yesterday, so I thought that let me take classes and then I'll go to college. We had a training. Then other members are having training, but we also have to be there. This is something like that. We had already a training on Saturday. And now again a training is happening. Same training, but we also have to be there. So I thought that finishing this topic would be better. That's why I was taking classes, okay? All right, then I'll take attendance and leave you today. But your task is what? You will finish off this income effect phenomena, okay? And tell me if any doubt you have. What is this? If I ask you that the movement from B to E, what is this called? You will say it is the price effect. Okay, B to E means the original point of equilibrium to the new point of equilibrium. That is the price effect. Then we were forcing the consumer to, we are saying that no, the consumer will not purchase more of X only, but he will purchase more of X, but he will substitute that with Y. It's not that he will keep the purchase of Y same and then will increase X, but he will increase X but decrease Y. That's how we found out the substitution effect. And this movement from B to D or R to H is called substitution effect. And finally, today what we did, we returned the income to the consumer and said that no, he will buy more of X, keeping Y constant, and he will be at a new indifference curve I2. And this movement from H, which happened due to substitution effect, from H to T or from D to E is nothing but your income effect. So I want you all to understand these three things for normal good properly as possible. Because when we will start the concept of inferior and given goods, then there will be some changes also. So you should understand the concepts in relation to the normal good properly first, okay? So you finish this paragraph today and tomorrow we'll start with inferior good. Today, if I start, you will be confused again. So I will start inferior good tomorrow. Then we'll finish off with given goods. Okay. So we'll do it in the coming days. We'll do it. Okay. So let me take the attendance. Then you can leave. You will be done for the day. But I will have a lot of other things to do today. I'll have to go college, then attend the training. Then I can come back home and relax. We had a mess that day in the college when we were asked to take online classes in college. We had a complete mess. All the Wi-Fi just went down. No Wi-Fi was working properly because all the teachers logged in, and the coverage was also not very good. So we had a lot of problem. I also could not take the class properly that day. Then other teachers also had faced the same problem. That's why we had resorted to again taking online classes from our own home, because this is better. Without disturbances we can take, and without any network issues, because we all have installed Wi-Fi. We all have installed Wi-Fi after this pandemic for taking classes. That's why it's better. So we again.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, will we have class tomorrow? Because two of the teachers have said that we'll not have the class tomorrow
Yeah,
also.
I will try to take the class tomorrow. In case I am asked to go to college at sharp at 9, then I'll inform you. Okay. Otherwise, there will be class with me tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
If any changes, I will inform you by night. Okay. Okay. Now respond. Okay. Abhay, Aditya Shaha,
Yes, ma'am.
Al Saba, Aman,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Aman Sharma,
Yes, ma'am.
Ananta, Angela,
Yes, ma'am.
Anish, Anisha,
Yes, ma'am.
Ankit, Anmol, Lama, Bhavesh, Bikash, Bishwadeep, Taru,
Yes, ma'am.
Chirag, Deepika, Girish, Himani,
Present, ma'am.
Jaya, Kashish, Meghna,
Yes, ma'am.
Mehul, Mosammat.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I call you Mosammat or shall I call you Parveen?
Ma'am, Parveen.
Parveen. Okay, Parveen. Muskan Agarwal.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, Muskan Agarwal. First Muskan Agarwal is 2-1, okay? And the second Muskan Agarwal is 5-9. So accordingly, you will respond. Okay. Then 2-1 is there, Muskan Agarwal. Neha, Nikhil, Nishita,
Yes, ma'am.
Nupur,
Yes, ma'am.
Piyush, Pragati, Prageshwar, Prashant,
Ma'am.
Pratham,
Yes, ma'am.
Preeti,
Yes, ma'am.
Poonam, Ronak, Ravi, Riyant,
Yes, ma'am.
Riya, Rohan, Ronak, Sahil Agarwal, Shama, Srishti,
Yes, ma'am.
Sneha, Saurav,
Ma'am,
Agarwal.
present, ma'am.
Who is this?
Ma'am Agarwal.
What Agarwal? Saurabh
Saurabh
Agarwal.
Agarwal
Okay.
present, ma'am. Saurabh
Okay,
Agarwal.
okay. Srishti Tamang. The first Srishti is Srishti Mittal. Okay. And the second Srishti is Srishti Tamang. After Shama, it is Srishti Mittal. Okay. And the last one will be Srishti Tamang. Suhana,
Yes, ma'am.
Sujit, Suvneet,
Present, ma'am.
Swati, Swayam, Tanya,
Yes, ma'am.
Yash,
Present, ma'am.
Yashika. Okay, so many less attendances, but there are people. If anyone has missed, kindly put a chat message, okay, in the meeting. Saurabh Sarkar given, Pratham Agarwal. Okay, fine. All right then. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.